Chapter 17. Taken Up. During the 3rd month of the siege, Augustine became ill with a high fever. This was caused by a contagious disease that the refugees had brought into the city. It was the end of August, and the weather was hot and humid. The evenings brought no relief. Augustine stayed in bed as soon as he realized that he was ill, but even there, people would not leave him in peace. On one occasion, someone brought people who were mentally disturbed and asked if Augustine would pray for them. Augustine did pray, and the Lord heard his prayer. The sick people recovered. This news soon traveled through the city, and before long, everyone brought their sick to his bedside. One of them told the old bishop that he had had a dream in which someone had told him, "Bring your sick to Augustine, and he will lay his hands upon the sufferer, and he shall recover." "My son," said Augustine, "you can see for yourself how ill I am. If I could really heal the sick, would I not heal myself first?" However, he did pray, and the person was healed. Augustine's own illness became worse every day, and he pleaded to be left to prepare for death. After that, no one except the doctor and those who cared for him came to his bedside. While he lay there, his whole life passed before him, and he pleaded with God to forgive all the sins he had committed. 10 days he quietly waited for death. On September 5th, he had a severe relapse. Posidonius and some of his most loyal friends stood around his bed. Reverently, they sang some psalms, Augustine softly singing with them, "My soul thirsts for God, for the living God. O when shall I behold his countenance?" And a little while later, he who is life came down to earth. He suffered our death through the greater part of his life. That life has come down to you, and you would not go up to it and live? Slowly, Augustine's eyes clouded over, and his features relaxed. Posidonius bent over him. Augustine had been taken up from this world to the world of light and love, of peace and eternal joy. Augustine was one of the greatest among the church fathers. He did much to combat false teachings, especially those of Pelagius, a monk who came from Ireland in 411 AD, who taught that man at birth is good. Augustine, with the Bible in his hand, showed that man is corrupt from birth. It is not the desire of man to do good that saves sinners, but only Christ's atoning work. We are grateful to the Lord for giving the church a man like Augustine. It is regrettable that after his death, the church was corrupted and became Roman Catholic. Many centuries later, it was a farmer's son from Mansfield, Martin Luther, who would continue the work of the farmer's son from Tagaste and return to the people the infallible Word of God.